This program is brought to you by Rogers Xfinity, connecting you to more of what you love. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
On Monday, Ottawa Charge captain Brianne Jenner, Jocelyn Larocque, and Emily Clark returned to Ottawa following the conclusion of the 2026 Olympic Games in Milano Cortina. Canada's Olympic women's hockey team won silver after losing a 2-1 gutsy game in overtime to the Americans in the gold medal match.
Heartbreaking, for sure. I think we believed that we were going to get it done, and just couldn't find a way to finish it, unfortunately. But super proud of our group, like I said, grateful for the opportunity.
Despite the loss, the group seemed happy to be back in Canada after an enriching experience.
Disappointment that we didn't come up with the gold. Anytime you put on a Canada jersey, you want to win gold for your teammates, for your country, for your family and your friends. But I'm super proud of our efforts. We left it all on the ice, no regrets. So definitely proud of the group.
I mean, it's just such a special group, so just the pride in going to battle with them, and having so much to be proud of, and second to that, having some family over there to share the experience with.
Getting to represent your country on the world stage, it's a dream come true. We have an amazing team, and I had so much fun playing with my teammates and enjoying the whole experience over there, so great memory.
Fans welcomed the trio enthusiastically, exclaiming how proud they were of the Canadian women's accomplishments.
That I'm so proud of them. They did their best, and they're very inspirational.
You watched the Olympics. Did you learn anything from watching the Canadian team?
That they tried their best, and we got a lot of medals, so yeah.
The trio will have a couple of days to relax before joining the rest of their Ottawa Charge teammates to resume the PWHL regular season. For Rogers TV Community News, this is Rowan McCarthy.
A tragic car accident this week left one person dead and 3 others injured. According to witnesses, an SUV careened into the Capital City Mission on the corner of Rideau and Colbert Streets shortly after 9 a.m. The Capital City Mission is a resource hub where hot, fresh meals and drinks are served to vulnerable people in the district. A 70-year-old male pedestrian was transported to the hospital where he succumbed to his injuries. 3 others were transported to various hospitals, 2 of them in critical condition. The cause of the crash is still being investigated by Ottawa police. For Rogers TV Community News, I'm Mike James.
The Scottish Society of Ottawa is a community-based organization that's mission is to spread the word about Scottish culture, to connect with the diaspora, people here from Scotland, and to connect with our roots for most of us because of our ancestors coming here from Scotland.
This is the 12th annual Great Canadian Kilt Skate, and it's one of 15 kilt skates being held this winter across Canada and in Scotland and in the United States. And it all began here in Ottawa. It started as a house party. And the Scottish Society of Ottawa heard about this, and they came to me and they said, Don, can you work with us? We'd like to do this on a larger scale. And so that first year we had it in 4 cities, and now it's gone to 15 cities, and it all started here on the Rideau Canal.
My grandpa was a courier boy, so he was sent over. He was an orphan in Paisley. It was something that he never really spoke to at the time, being an orphan. So we're just trying to embrace the Scottish heritage, and yeah.
I don't have any particular Scottish heritage, but my mom is from Ireland and spent a lot of summers in Scotland, so she has fond memories of men and women wearing kilts.
What's different about skating in a kilt?
Well, it's a bit cool, but your cheeks get cold and your other cheeks get cold, and you just sort of get used to it.
I don't know, you just feel like you want a scotch after when you have a kilt. Yeah. Without kilts, a beer, but with the kilt, it's like I really want a scotch right now.
We're a fun bunch of people. You'd be amazed the number of people in the Scottish Society who actually don't have Scottish roots but love Scottish culture, the bagpipes, the kilts, hogmanay, burn suppers, things like that. We're always recruiting new members. Anyone can join. You don't have to have Scottish background. You just have to enjoy Scottish culture.
Well, the OCSB believes in deep learning, that students learn best when they're engaged in their learning. So we have a social entrepreneurship that 50 teachers across our board are participating in. Our focus this year as a board is critical thinking, and through this program, we are able to drive global competencies and increase students' awareness of our charities within our community, and we're having fun doing it.
We looked at all the SDGs, and we decided as a group that goal number 6, clean water, would be something we should focus our attention to. After some careful consideration, we decided that our charity partner should be the Ottawa River Keepers. We've learned so much on how to keep the Ottawa River clean while having fun.
We chose the business name Endless Ripples for our company because we felt that the ripple effect symbolizes our endless opportunities that we have to help in our community. Our slogan is one drop at a time, and that symbolizes that a little can always go a long way.
Our grade 6 family of 55 students collaborates weekly through advertisements, podcasts, posters, and newsletters. We host pop-up shops in the front office to sell our products to the school community. It's been a really positive experience so far, and some of us have gotten better friendships and stronger skills. We sell earrings, affirmation bracelets, cards, and We Candle.
We Candle is a company based in Toronto whose main focus is to grant employment to people with different learning abilities and who usually face barriers in the workplace. Skills Council Canada generously supports this business by purchasing 100 candles, which were then given to the OCSB Experiential Learning Department in the hope that they'd be used by a school in their social entrepreneurship projects. Endless Ripples jumped on the opportunity to get those candles onto our product line. But then we thought we should give back to the same community that made the candles. So as a business, we decided that Silver Spring Studios would be the perfect second charitable option to donate to. So then we drafted a generous check of $1,000 to make it so they could keep their program going.
A literary feast where all the cookbook authors, mostly the chefs and the people who wrote good cookbooks, coming together under one roof, telling their story, and the guest will have an opportunity to wish them, get a signed copy of their book, hear the story, how they made the book, and all about food. So through food, we connect people. That's what we're trying to do.
I'm so excited that Chef Joe chose the public library to launch something like the Literary Feast, entirely appropriate. And you know, when I'm looking to the future, I can't wait to welcome everyone to Ottawa's new Central Library at Adasoke. And in that space, one of the features that we're going to have is a demonstration kitchen so that, you know, people can attend cooking lessons there in person. Libraries have always been about access, and what do people want to have access to? They need access to spaces, they need access to experiences, they need access to different kinds of expertise to learn about cooking. So what a great way, and we're so excited to be hosting something like this, you know, there in the future.
This will be a great opportunity where Ottawa or the people who come in enjoy the art, their creation, and, you know, connections, you know, and through food, we want to build community. That's all we want to do.
Welcome to the Silver Spring Studios. I'm a member of the board of directors at OCAPD, and this was a special project that the board really championed. We didn't do the work, but we had a pool of money that had been raised by donations and fundraising, and it got to the point where we wanted to do something innovative with it that was also going to really expand the number of people that we could serve in the community.
We offer art, and we offer offer pottery, and we offer glassworks, and we offer life skills as well in the form of cooking and baking. We offer a lot of socialization with the group as well. We currently are working towards building a garden project with the Catholic School Board as well.
OCAPD is the short form for the Ottawa Carleton Association for Persons with Developmental Disabilities. We've been around for about 75 years, started by a group of families who recognized a need for services and has grown exponentially. We serve about 900 people in the community, about 600 staff. We run a number of group homes, residences, day programs, all kinds of different services and activities that support persons with developmental disabilities, both in Ottawa and in Cornwall.
A program like this is important because it's open to all people throughout the community if they have developmental disabilities. This program is becoming a community, part of the Bell's Corners community in particular. We offer evening classes, we offer weekend workshops as well, so we make those inclusive. So the importance behind it is that we're breaking down barriers between disabilities and persons who are able-bodied, for example, and we're offering opportunities to continue to grow as a community.
A major milestone is hit in Canada's shipbuilding program this month as Algoma Steel rolled out the first plates of Canadian-made steel for the new Polar Max icebreaker.
I mean, Algoma's been producing since 1901. And at 50% tariffs, it's almost unmanageable. We all have to be working together to ensure that Algoma has a future. Understanding, of course, how important steel production is for not only just Northern Ontario, but Ontario and Canada.
The steel is part of a 600-ton order for 2 Coast Guard icebreakers, sourced entirely from Canadian manufacturers in response to U.S. tariffs.
We've got an excellent partnership with them, and we want to see the procurement contracts. Hopefully, we'll be able to see the procurement contracts signed with the federal government that we'll see a series of these ships will be defense of Northern Canada and to secure the future of the economy of Sault Ste. Marie and Northern Ontario.
Davie officials say construction on the Polar Max will begin in March. They emphasize that shipbuilding starts with steel and that this partnership anchors skilled jobs in domestic supply chains. And actually, it was our premier that was the first off the ground that said, "Hey, look, we've got to. If we're going to survive, we're going to survive as Team Canada, and so we've got to, we've got a lot of cooperation. But certainly, this particular project with Algoma Steel and Davies Shipbuilding in Quebec City fits that initiative to a T. I can't say how happy I am that we got this done, or we're getting this done for Sault Ste. Marie." The company says supplying steel for the Polar Max reinforces Canada's industrial push and ensures major national projects are built with Canadian workers and using Canadian material. For Rogers TV, I'm Connor Stoneman.
On Tuesday, the Girls High School AAA OFSA Division Hockey Championship was held at the Nepean Sportsplex between the Nepean Knights and the defending 2025 champions, the Louis Riel Rebels. Prior to puck drop, both teams lined up to salute Louis Riel's graduating player, Carolyn Courchain, who has been battling leukemia for the last 2 seasons. But though she didn't play, she suited up and supported her fellow players from the bench.
It makes me sad that it's my last game, but being with these girls, it makes my day every day coming to school. They bring a smile to my face even when I'm coming to school and it's a bad day.
With 1:30 left in the first period, the Rebels drew first blood when Malaya McMullen goes along the board, setting up Emma Lewis, who taps it in on the rebound, giving Louis Riel a 1-0 lead. No scoring in the second period, but early in the third, Nepean's Renly Cowan gets it out of the neutral zone to Annika Kingwell, who takes it through the neutral zone, gets it around the Rebels' defense, over to Rio Francis, who keeps chipping at it and knocks it in, tying the game at 1. Louis Riel's Nev Pion-Robin takes it down ice into the corner, sends it off to Annabelle McKenzie in the high slot, knocks it in, and the Rebels regain their lead 2-1. They would add to their lead as Malaya McMullen goes in from the blue line, taking a pass from Chloe Maltino, slipping it past the goaltender, and it's 3-1 Rebels. After a timeout, Nepean pulled their goalie with just over 2 minutes to go, and when things looked all said and done, the Rebels hit the post on this empty net shot, which turned the tides for Nepean. Athena Casey taking it into the Rebels zone, passes it across to Renly Cowan, who fires a glove side, narrowing their deficit to 1. But it wouldn't be enough, as Louis Riel would go on to win this one 3-2. Both teams will represent Ottawa at the OFSA finals at the end of March in LaSalle, Ontario. After OFSA, for some, this will mark the end of their high school hockey careers. But with the growth and success of professional women's hockey throughout the world, many believe their best days are yet to come.
Yeah, it's super exciting. We're both going off to play post-secondary hockey, and the dream would be to continue after that at PWHL level or hopefully even national level.
Watching the girls in the Olympics just showed how much the hockey has improved and how great they are. And I think that just shows there's a real path for girls growing up and they can get to that point.
It's really great opportunities for women all over the world who want to pursue a career in their sport.
For Rogers TV, I'm Kevin Tenkare.
That Council directs OC Transpo's Chief Safety Officer to conduct an audit in accordance with the relevant provisions of the Municipal Act into the safety concerns that resulted in Line 1 trains being removed from operation due to the cartridge-bearing spalling issue. And A, that the audit be initiated as soon as full service has been restored and that it be presented to the Transit Committee no later than 4 months following its commencement, in camera if deemed necessary. And if full service is not achieved, or if it is identified that full service will not likely be achieved by the end of Q3 2026, that staff provide a report to the Auditor General and Council that identifies the projected full service completion timeline, all known issues, spalling and otherwise, regarding the Line 1 technical complications, explaining the most current information and analysis as to the issue, and C, a draft of the audit be provided to the Auditor General of Ottawa prior to the audit being submitted to committee.
Fully support the audit. It's important for us to maintain our commitment to transparency, and so we welcome the opportunity to do that. We appreciate the dialogue that we had at Council just to line out the timing and make sure that we can provide that fulsome response. So it's a great initiative, and it's part of our commitment to transparency and keep people informed.
Construction is now underway on the Royal's new urgent care clinic. Set to open this spring at its Carling Avenue campus, the clinic will fill a critical gap in Ottawa's mental health care system, providing timely, specialized, low-barrier care for individuals in crisis.
Right now, there's very few options for people experiencing a mental health crisis, and all too often people end up needing to go to emergency departments. So this clinic is going to provide an alternative to that.
The urgent care clinic will offer walk-in and scheduled care, short-term follow-up, and system navigation support to those in need. It will also support access through primary care referrals, regional emergency departments, and police and paramedic partners.
This center will service the whole region, absolutely. There are very few clinics like this in our area. Actually, there's none in Ottawa. Across the province, there are other clinics that are just like this, but none in our area.
The opening of the urgent care clinic will mark an important step in increasing access to specialized mental health treatment across the region. For Rogers TV Community News, I'm Mike James.
The province is consulting right now on a proposed amendment through the Ministry of the Solicitor General. Municipalities have been invited to provide feedback, and the deadline to submit comments is March 1st. This came out, this was published in early January. Nobody brought this forward to Transit Committee, nobody brought this forward to Police Services Board, so I did it in consultation with the Mayor's Office, with the Chief of Police, and with Ryan Perrault, all of whom support this motion. I have spoken to them. I've also spoken to some special constables about this, and I'll get to that in a bit. We are not directing police operations. We are not changing police deployment. We are not touching the police budget. We are simply taking a position as a municipality in a provincial consultation before the deadline closes.
What I hear from residents is that they're concerned about safety and security on
buses and trains that they've witnessed incidents that have been of concern to them, that have caused them worry. And so we need to have all the tools that we can at our disposal in order to manage that situation. And this isn't our decision. It's not our legislation. It's a provincial matter. But we're indicating our support for having more tools available to special constables so that they're able to do whatever is necessary to keep our public transit system safe, as our residents would expect.
Our special constables are sworn peace officers, which means they have the powers of a police officer on or in relation to transit property, so they undergo a robust training program. If the amendments to the act that the province has proposed would be approved and it goes through all the procedures, then the Ontario Police College, we anticipate, would update their mandated curriculum that we are required to train on, and we train our special constables on. So while our special constables already today are trained on drug and seizure procedures, that's under the Federal Controlled Drugs and Substances Act.
9-year-old Caden has had more than his share of health challenges. Last year, he began experiencing unexplained painful headaches. Initial tests were inconclusive, but a persistent doctor at CHEO determined to find answers, noticed abnormalities on Caden's left side. An MRI revealed a cancerous tumor in his brain, which required immediate surgery and chemotherapy. Caden is now cancer-free, and he recently shared his journey at a breakfast event where he was named the 2026 CHEO champion in partnership with the Children's Miracle Network.
It means like the world to me to get this amazing opportunity because of what I've done and what I've been through. It's absolutely amazing, and I am looking forward to doing all of these different events and meeting all of these new people throughout my year as CHEO champion.
CHEO Foundation President and CEO Steve Reed called Caden the perfect ambassador, inspiring and providing hope to other patients and families with his boundless energy and positive outlook.
Really designed to get the message out to everybody that CHEO needs some support, and when CHEO gets some support, we do some great things for the kids.
For Rogers TV Community News, I'm Mike James.
As Ramadan continues, restaurants across Ottawa are preparing for a different kind of dinner rush, one that begins after sunset. At Sultan Sullivan Turkish Cuisine, the goal this year wasn't just serving food, it was creating space for traditions.
I think it's what people be missing. Yeah, especially coming here in Canada, especially as, people who are not natively Canadians. I was even asking about a specific iftar Ramadan menu. Tells me that they're actually longing for something like this, and then they want something a bit more special because it's a bit more like a Christmas period, basically, especially for Muslims.
But keeping the doors open around the clock proved difficult. Like many small businesses, staffing challenges made overnight service hard to maintain.
I think probably finding the right person to carry on, especially. So it was mostly that, actually.
The restaurant has since returned to regular hours, a reminder that even during one of the most significant months of the year, business realities don't pause. For many Muslims in Canada, balancing tradition with work schedules, school, and daily life can already be complicated. Limited late-night dining options add another layer. Still, restaurants like Sultan Sullivan continue to adapt where they can, offering special Ramadan menus to serve their community.
They say life is measured in moments, but really, it's measured in beats. Every beat is a promise, a rhythm that carries us forward, even when the world feels uncertain. In medicine, we chase those beats. We mend them, we protect them, we fight for them. For 50 years, these halls have been home to pioneers. Visionaries who shaped the very heart of cardiovascular medicine. But it's not just the breakthroughs, it's the people. The everyday heroes who make every beat matter. We've learned that a heart is more than muscle and blood. It's memory, it's courage, it's connection. Our heart lives on in those we serve. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. This is our story. 50 years of heart. And we're just getting started.
Welcome, everybody!
Black History Month kicked off in a big way at the Conference and Events Center in Ottawa. Rogers TV's Sarah Onyango was on hand to host the event, and Ottawa Mayor Mark Sutcliffe gave a proclamation on behalf of the city.
This milestone is a really important one. It represents decades of leadership, decades of education, decades of community building, led by some of the most dedicated volunteers and partners, many of whom are here today.
Black History Month has been celebrated across Canada since 1995, when the Honourable Dr. Jean Augustine introduced a motion into the House of Commons to make the event celebrated every year during the month of February. Awards were also handed out to community builders for their contributions to making a better Ottawa. OC Transpo unveiled a mural entitled Pride of Dreams. It was designed by local artist Jimmy Baptiste and will be displayed on selected buses across the city. And Canada Post released a new stamp that pays tribute to Canada's hip-hop trailblazers.
Le moment qu'on a su qu'on allait être sur un timbre, I was like, yo!
Well, I thought it was a joke at first. And when I say joke, I say it wholeheartedly. Like, Canada Post is really putting artists like myself in this genre that we were trying to prove as a genre on a stamp.
The month honors the legacy and contributions of Black people in Canada and encourages diversity and inclusion in all walks of life. For more on the kickoff celebration, watch the shows Front on From and Podium this month on Rogers TV. For Rogers TV Community News, I'm Mike James.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
That council directs OC Transpo's Chief Safety Officer to conduct an audit in accordance with the relevant provisions of the Municipal Act into the safety concerns that resulted in Line 1 trains being removed from operation due to the cartridge-bearing assembling spalling issue. And A, that the audit be initiated as soon as full service has been restored and that it be presented to the Transit Committee no later than 4 months following its commencement, in camera if deemed necessary. And if full service is not achieved, or if it is identified that full service will not likely be achieved by the end of Q3 2026, that staff provide a report to the Auditor General and Council that identifies the projected full service completion timeline, all known issues, spalling and otherwise, regarding the Line 1 technical complications, explaining the most current information and analysis as to the issue, and C,